Welcome to Shamrock Reddit Stories, Am I the Butthole Edition, where a high school girl's parents make her walk an hour home from school every school day. This one's from Al Muddy Mudron, and it's called, Am I the Butthole for Not Giving My Nephew Back to His Mother? I'm a 36-year-old man, and I have a 7-year-old nephew from my brother who I'm raising with my wife Alexa, who's 36. For context, my brother died 5 years ago in a car crash. My sister-in-law, Erica, my brother's wife, was a complete mess. One day, a week after my brother's funeral, she showed up at my door and gave me Jerry, the nephew, and told me to watch him for a while. I did with the help of Alexa. Then, Erica pulled a Houdini on us and vanished. We tried to get in touch, but nothing worked. After some time, we took a legal approach and have adopted Jerry, which Alexa and I refer to as our son. Now the issue. Erica has returned, and she came to my house and asked if she can take Jerry back as she is done grieving. I told her that we refuse to do that. She gets angry, telling us that she is Jerry's mother and she will take him back. I asked her to try it as we have adopted him. Erica rages, saying that that is illegal, but I say that the courts won't side with the woman who drops her son at her brother-in-law's house and stays away for 5 years. She flees, but tells me that this isn't over. Am I the butthole? Not the butthole. I'm sure that the court required you to make a good faith effort to find the boy's mother before you were allowed to adopt him. You eventually may have to get a restraining order against her, as she will no doubt poison the boy's mind about the actual events around her abandoning him. This one's from Horton Fox, and it's called, Am I the butthole for making my daughter walk an hour home? This year, my 15-year-old daughter has gotten in trouble several times while riding the bus home from school. She's a great student, and the teachers love her. However, she has ADHD and I think struggles with unstructured time. We've talked about it before and have made plans on what she can do on the bus. And yet, without fail, she'll claim she's bored and start walking up and down the aisles, throwing things, etc. We've had several talks. Her therapist has had talks with her as well. We told her that if she got kicked off the bus, she'd walk home. The final straw came 2 weeks ago when she threw a paper ball across the bus and it accidentally hit the driver. He reported it and she lost bus privileges. I work until 5 p.m. and there's no after-school activities that go on long enough for her to stay. My husband also works until around then. It's a small town with no public transport or Uber. She asks some friends for rides home and we've looked into carpool situations. Nothing has worked. There's nowhere by the school that she can hang out until we get off work either. We can't leave work early every day to get her, so we informed her that she'll have to walk home after school. It's about an hour's worth of walking, and it's a safe path home. She has a cell phone. She doesn't have to cross any busy roads. She's done this for a week and a half now and is absolutely miserable. She's begged us to offer to pay someone to drive her home every day, but we said no. The walk will do her good. We live in a warm climate with very little rain. Are we buttholes? Here's an edit, so I'm just not repeating myself. No one is willing to drive her because no one wants to risk her throwing stuff in their car. She can go back on the bus come fall, so she has a month and a half left of walking. She doesn't know how to ride a bike. And here's edit 2. If I wanted medical advice, I'd go to a medical sub. Please don't question my daughter's dosage or medication. We've been at this for years. Let's stick to the topic at hand, huh? I'm setting the boundary. Please respect it. Edit number 3. We got her a bike for her 6th birthday. She rode it twice and then didn't want to anymore. We tried on and off for a few years to get her interested, even bought her a bigger bike when she turned around 8 or 9. But she truly didn't want to learn. Given most of our town is walkable and we couldn't foresee her getting kicked off the bus 7 years later, we let it go. We'll ask again if she wants to learn. Not the butthole. We have a saying in our family, You do the crime, you do the time. No one likes hearing it when they're being punished, but it helps to drive home the point that actions have consequences. This one's from Soul Scuggy, and it's called, Am I the Butthole for Getting a Guy Fired for Waking My Baby? I live in an unincorporated area that's about to be merged with a major city. We bought our house for $350,000 2 years ago, and since then the entire area has been rezoned. There's a city center being built, multiple neighborhoods are popping up, and the entire area is becoming pretty densely populated. Because of that, the values of all the houses on my street have gone up significantly. Unsurprisingly, this has led to several companies buying up houses as investments, and I receive flyers almost daily from different companies offering to buy my house for cash. Our neighborhood has clearly posted no soliciting signs that get ignored by pretty much everyone. But one guy working for a particularly aggressive company started ringing my doorbell weekly, asking us if we'd consider selling the house. I've told him no multiple times, as he's offering us only $20,000 over what we paid for the house, and I'm very well aware of how much our house will be worth in a few years. I've asked him to stop coming, but he keeps ringing the bell, sometimes multiple times, because he knows I'm home with a newborn. I asked him to stop. I even got a little hostile once, telling him off for taking advantage of people who don't know any better and offering them less than the true value of their property. He continued to show up. Last week, he rang my doorbell multiple times, and when I ignored him, he started knocking on my window and yelling through the glass that he had another offer. He eventually went away and left a letter saying they've upped their offer by $7,000. In doing all of this, he woke my baby, who has colic and is a nightmare to put down. So, in a fit of rage, I sent my homeowners association an email with a picture of all the flyers and a full account of the harassment that's been happening. I know people hate homeowner association, but mine does not frick around. They immediately contacted the company he works for and threatened legal action for harassment and trespass, and sent letters to all the residents warning them this company is being aggressive about lowball cash offers that are a bad investment and under market value. Yesterday, I found a note on my car cussing me out for getting this guy fired when he's only trying to make his way in the world. Edit. I did file a police report. The company he worked for basically washed their hands of him and said he was an independent contractor. So I'm guessing he's 100% commission-based or had aggressive quotas to meet. We also have security cameras, and he hasn't been back since. You are so not the butthole. I'm sure that you are not the only person this guy was harassing. Looking through the windows? That's illegal. If you hadn't reported him, someone else would have, and likely did. Besides, waking a colicky baby is punishable by way worse than just getting fired. He got off easy. That's it for this one, folks. Until next time, if you get a chance, click the like, subscribe, and notification buttons. It would help a guy and a leprechaun grow their channel. We would be forever grateful.